I just freaking spilled my coffee. The son of a. Today, we are going to talk about how you win at not spilling your coffee, but at office politics. Here's the thing, those that do not know how to play are the ones who hate the game. The other ones that hate the game are the ones who feel the only way to get ahead is to screw somebody else. And that is not what we're talking about here. That's not what we do. Welcome to the channel, Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help new managers become more confident leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. Now, before we talk about playing the game, if you haven't already, grab my free PDF of 14 things that all managers must know. I promise you download it today, tomorrow, you are a more confident leader. Just like that. So, a lot of people will think that when I talk about office politics, I'm talking about backstabbing. I'm talking about gossip and starting rumors about that guy who's so much better than you and he's probably going to get the promotion, but you got to get... That's not what we're talking about here. But we are talking about the game. And it is a game, and it is a game that you can win if you do the following things. First, I want you to look at the organizational chart, and I want you to know that that has nothing to do with the politics. Just because somebody's in a position does not mean they're in a better office political position. So instead, I want you to sit back. I want you to watch, not stare like some crazy, but just watch. Who is who? When somebody says something that must get changed, does it get changed? If it does, that person quite possibly has the political power. So we want to see that. We want to see those that try to change things and nothing happens, or they get booed off the stage. That person does not have the political power. This doesn't mean that one person is better than the other. What it means is we're trying to find who is running the politics around here. Next, speaking of who's running the politics, we want to know who is who. Listen, there are always little cliques or teams in every work environment that I've ever been in. Again, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. If they are an open group, but you just see that these people have a little bit more say as to what goes on. I find those that don't like those people just can't get into the group or don't feel comfortable with how they operate, which is okay. But we're talking office politics here, and I'm teaching you how to play to win. So watch out who's who hangs out with who has the clout in the office, and who are their friends. Next, we are going to look at building relationships. Again, I'm telling you that you're doing this with the utmost positive outlook. You're not trying to manipulate people, but you're trying to get in on the game and have some sway, some input. So you want to build relationships, but the strongest relationships you can build are ones outside of your team, outside of maybe even your department. Start networking, start seeing who is who. And again, this has to be genuine. You can't just try to be somebody's friend because you're trying to manipulate them. That's not the outlook here. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is you're building a network of friends that, if it so happens, they have a little bit more pull within the office, within the company. That the idea of networking is to know these people, maybe even become these people. But if you just come to your office, your desk, your table, whatever it might be, you put your head down and you say, I'm not associating with those, they play politics. You're not helping yourself. Again, we're not talking about the negative idea of people that are gossiping, people that are backstabbing. That is not okay. That is not in this video here. That's not what we're getting into. But if you're trying to advance your career, you do need to play the game, and you want to do it with the purest of intentions. So make friends. Make friends. Now, one of the best ways to make friends and to really understand other people and what they're doing and how they're doing it is you need to strengthen your own EQ, your own emotional intelligence. What you need to start doing is you need to start picking up on yourself. When something happens, how does that make you feel? Be honest with yourself, because as you learn more about yourself, you can start watching other people and you'll pick up when somebody says something to somebody else. You will be able to pick up on their nonverbal cues and see how it affects them. Again, this is not to manipulate people's emotions and feelings. What it is to help it so that you can comfort them. You can be there with wise words or some advice or a little pick me up just to help everybody's day. When you are the one who helps everybody feel better, you naturally get more people that are drawn to you. They want to be around you. This is what we're doing. We're developing, not saying that you're not a good person, not at all. What I'm saying is we're developing skills that you or we may call playing politics, but there's skills on being the good person, being the person that people want to be around or that people want to invite you out. You're being part of your community. You're giving more than you're asking. This is playing politics. I mean, to me, if I was to reframe it, it's just building your network of good people. I've done that for myself. I have a network of good leadership YouTubers that I rely on. If they need something, they know they can come to me. If I need something, I know I can go to them. Am I getting ahead of them in the YouTube algorithm world? Absolutely not. Because if I learn something, if my channel gets a boost, I'm sharing it with them. If they learn something, they're sharing it with me. So it's not necessarily we're playing politics to learn off of each other. We're networking. We have become a group of friends. That is, in my mind, how I break it down, staying away from the politics, because I, maybe like you, I feel like playing politics is a negative thing, but it's really not if you frame it as building your network. Speaking of building your network, one of the things you can do is you can share your wins. Make sure that if you got an award or you had a success, you share it with your network, not in a bragging type of way, so that they see the wins you have. And if there's an opportunity where they think, gee, Mike would be perfect for this, because of all the wins I know he's had, his demeanor, his personality, I'm going to tell him this is a great opportunity for him. And you're able to do that for your network and your team. You're able to applaud their wins. And if you see an opportunity, hey, jump on this, John. Why is John the name I'm using? John, jump on this. This is a great opportunity for you. This is how politics or networking works. Now, before we go any further, I want to bring awareness to something. We've got a podcast, kids. The No Nonsense Leadership Podcast. I think I have now 4 episodes. Maybe by the time you watch this, it might be 5. But I'm now comfortable enough to share it. It was a little bit quiet, soft launch, let's call it, but I'm loving it. If there's questions that I can't answer on the comment section, there's a good chance that I'll use that comment, that question, in a podcast. I'm going to have other experts, people in my YouTube leadership group that have immense knowledge on leadership, that have great personalities, are enjoyable to talk to. I'm going to be doing interviews on the podcast with them. So make sure you go in the link below. And don't you worry, you can find it on my website. But more important, Apple, Spotify, and Google. You will find the links for each of them down below. So please subscribe, watch what you can. I would love your feedback. And if you got a little 5-star action, I could appreciate the boost. Okay, when we're talking office politics, I need you to pay attention to one thing. Don't be stupid. You need to also understand that not everybody is watching this video. Not everybody knows that playing office politics is actually building up your network and providing value. A lot of them still think it's about stabbing you in the back. It's about gossiping or starting rumors about you when you're not around. They think that if they step on you and push you down, that they will get higher. That mindset, in my opinion, does not help you in the long run. That said, because I know that you are looking at this as more of a networking opportunity and building up your core group of supporters, you still can't be stupid. You can't be naive. You can't think that everybody has your intentions at the forefront. They just want the best for you. While you're at the beginning when I said you watch who people are and how they interact, watch who those are that are gossiping. Watch the ones that come to you to tell you something, some juicy stuff about so-and-so. Because those are the same people that are going to be talking about you to somebody else and start planting rumors and sharing gossip and will try to stab you in the back. I'm not saying that the world is evil. What I'm saying is be prepared because other people might have a different mindset than you. So that said, don't get caught in playing the wrong game. We are not about sabotaging others. We are not about belittling others so that we look more powerful, politically speaking. We do not try to start rumors. We do not share rumors. We do not share gossip. If you hear something that you think is gossip or rumors, don't be afraid to ask, where did you hear that? Call people out on the BS of lying, because eventually they'll stop bringing it to you. That's at least been my experience. So get your coffee or whatever you haven't spilled on yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.